So I've added some borders to all the containers, and you can see that the antecedents have collapsed um, because the child elements are position absolute, so these have no dimension, more or less. By default, they extend to the full width, but they have no height. And then if we look at how this element is positioned here, you can see that it is positioned, it has a left of 25% and a top of 54%, so that's relative to the outer container. Now this inner progress bar has a width of 17%. Sorry, has a width which changes with the JavaScript, which is relative to the progress bar on the inside. So if we want to make these two track, their percentages need to be relative to the same block element. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to remove all the borders and let's remove all the absolute positioning that I used. Okay, and I'm going to actually make the progress bar width. I'm going to make this 100%. So I'll just take that off. Okay. Now I want them all to be interacting within the same space, to have the same coordinate system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a wrapper around the whole thing. And let's give this wrapper a width of 50% and margin of auto. Let's give it a top of 100 pixels. Now if you wanted it to be centered, you would use flex. But because there's a lot of moving parts on this literally, I'm just going to make this simple for this example, so we don't have so I can involve fewer concepts in this. Though if you did want it vertically centered, you would use flex with the direction of column. Okay, now I want to get this text indicator out of the way here. So for now, what I'm going to do is actually going to have a position. Well, we'll worry about that in a second, but okay. Now we wanted to have this stacked horizontally. I think she's supposed to be a little bigger, so let's make her 10%. And we want the progress container to be in the same line. Okay, and now for the main, let's say display flex. Oh, let's see. I don't think we need the image class. Let's move her position to underneath the progress bar to change the order. There we go.